Valentine's Day. A day that promises love, joy, and a touch of magic. A day for love, romance, and heartfelt connections. And in my case, utter mortification. You see, I had grand plans. I had planned the perfect evening. Candles, check. Roses, check. Everything was set for a night to remember. Very white on vinyl, check and check. The mood was just right. I even attempted to cook, huge mistake. My culinary skills are, let's say, less than stellar. I'm a comedian, not a chef. The evening started well. My date looked stunning, and I was feeling confident. The apartment smelled vaguely of something edible. I was hopeful. We were laughing, sipping wine, and sharing stories. It felt perfect. And I thought, this is it. This is the night everything goes smoothly. This is the night I don't accidentally set the smoke alarm off. Oh, the naivety, I should have known better. Just as I was about to serve the pièce de résistance microwave lasagna, mind you, I felt a sense of accomplishment. Then I heard a loud hiss. My heart sank. The fire alarm chose that exact moment to stage a dramatic intervention. Panic set in. Turns out, forgetting to set a timer on the garlic bread is not recommended by fire safety experts. Lesson learned. Smoke cleared, revealing the aftermath of our culinary disaster. We salvaged what we could of dinner, but the charred remains were hardly appetizing. I decided to lighten the mood with gifts, hoping to salvage the evening. I had found the perfect present, or so I thought. It was supposed to be a delightful surprise. A singing, dancing plush toy. It seemed like a fun and quirky choice. It was supposed to be cute. It was not. Instead, it was tacky and loud. My date unwrapped it with a confused expression, clearly not what they expected. The toy burst into a shrill rendition of My Heart Will Go On, filling the room with its off-key notes. The look on my date's face, priceless. But not in a good way, not in a good way. More like, what have I gotten myself into, kind of way. More like, I'm trapped in a rom-com gone wrong kind of way. The awkwardness was palpable. They tried to be polite, bless their heart. But the forced smile said it all. But I could tell they were mentally adding weird taste in gifts to my growing list of flaws. It was a disaster. I mean, the smoke-filled room should have been the first clue, right? Clearly, this was a night to remember for all the wrong reasons. The rest of the evening was a blur of awkward silences and forced smiles. Every attempt at conversation seemed to fall flat, and the more we tried to salvage the night, the worse it got. It was like we were trapped in a never-ending loop of discomfort. By the time dessert rolled around store-bought cookies, thank goodness, I just wanted the night to be over. I had hoped that the sweet treats might somehow save the evening, but even they couldn't work their magic. But the universe, in all its infinite wisdom, had other plans. Just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, fate decided to intervene in the most unexpected way. As I stood up to clear the table, I managed to trip over my own 2 feet. It was as if the universe had conspired to make this night as memorable as possible, for all the wrong reasons. I went down in a flurry of limbs, sending a vase of roses crashing to the floor. The sound of shattering glass echoed through the room, marking the climax of this disastrous evening. Water, petals, and shattered glass everywhere. Romantic, right? The scene was a chaotic mess, a perfect representation of how the night had gone. My date just stared at me, eyes wide with a mixture of amusement and disbelief. It was clear they were trying to process the absurdity of what had just happened. I think they were trying to decide whether to laugh or call for help. The situation was so ridiculous that it was hard to know how to react. Honestly, I couldn't blame them. If I were in their shoes, I would probably be just as confused and unsure of what to do. It was like something out of a slapstick comedy, only less funny and more embarrassing. The kind of moment you see in movies and think, that could never happen in real life. but there I was, living it. Looking back, that Valentine's Day was a disaster. A hilarious, unforgettable disaster. It taught me that sometimes, no matter how hard you try, things just won't go according to plan. And you know what? That's okay. Life is too short to take ourselves too seriously. So embrace the awkward moments, laugh at your mishaps, and remember, even a disastrous date can become a funny story to tell. Now, I'd love to hear about your most embarrassing Valentine's Day experiences. Share your stories in the comments below and let's have a laugh together.